Agile in data science. Many of you have been asking for this topic, and this topic is very important from my understanding as well. Okay, so many companies are opting agile. So as a fresher or as an experienced candidate as well, we must be aware of what is agile and why is that companies are opting agile. So in this video we will learn three things mainly. Number one, what is agile and how it is different from traditional waterfall model. Number two, the usability of agile in data science. And number three, we will see what are some of the challenges and some of the benefits of using agile in the context of data science. Welcome to Unfold Data Science. My name is Aman and I am a data scientist. Let's start the discussion. If we talk of any software project, right? So this model that you see here is called an waterfall model. Okay, this is the traditionally how software projects are executed. How it is executed? Requirements are gathered at step 1. At step 2, the design is implemented. It can be a physical design or logical design. In step 3, we have the implementation. In step 4, we verify whatever we have implemented, whether that has been correctly implemented or not. And in step 5, we maintain the project or we maintain that software. This is called a waterfall model. Now, one thing to understand here is all these steps are kind of sequential, not parallel. Okay, so as you can see here, once the requirement gathering is over, then only at least 70-80% of requirement gatherings is over, then only we can go to the design phase. And similarly for next steps as well. There are certain disadvantages with this approach. Okay, what is that? Number one is things are not executing in parallel. Okay, so requirement design, some other team will be involved, implementation some other team will be involved, verification or testing team will be involved, maintenance team will be involved. So there will be multiple teams working in the same project at different time intervals. That is problem number one. So there will be the lack of coordination. The second thing is, if any issue comes in the design or if any issue comes in the implementation, then a business user or a business or the project owner gets to know about that only towards verification stage or towards end stage or final stage. Okay, that is problem number 2. Problem number 3 is end user is somewhere here. Okay, end user or business user. End user does not get to see anything, which means how the product is looking like or how the design is coming out. Nothing the end user is able to see when the project is in requirement phase or design phase or implementation phase. That is the reason end user cannot interact with the team if he or she wants some change or if he or she has some feedback, some opinions. These are some of the problems of traditional waterfall model. So there were many models that had been discussed for the project execution, but agile is one of the method which is too much in practice nowadays. So some of you who are working in industries, you must be aware that many projects are running in agile. If you are a fresher, it is very important for you to know that many projects, almost 80-90% of the projects now are running using agile. So what is agile basically? So agile works on 3 principles mainly. One is failing early. What is the meaning of failing early? So as I told you, if something goes wrong, then we get to know that thing towards verification or testing phase only. But in agile, what happens is there is no separate requirement phase, there is no separate design phase. Rather, agile works on the principle of task and stories. Okay, task and stories. Let me give you one example of what can be a task or what can be a story. Okay, let us say there is a web application. In that web application, there is a button. Okay, this button is, let us say, PDF button. So this is a web application for a, let's say, insurance company. When you click on this button, a PDF file for your claims would get generated. That is a functionality. So this functionality will be inside a story. This will be story number X, let us say. Okay, and requirement for this story, design for this story, all these things, implementation, verification, will go story by story. So what we just saw is for story X, there will be other story Y. So for all these stories, these all phases will go one by one and multiple stories can run in parallel. What will happen in that is, let us say this story by clicking the button PDF file should be generated is built and is going for the testing or verification to the end user or testing team. So if there is any issue in this story, then it will come out automatically, and then people can go back and correct those things. There are multiple benefits for that. First of all, end user does not need to wait for a span of 6 months or 8 months or 3 months, whatever is these 3 phases, right? End user does not need to wait to see anything tangible for all these months, right? End user can see the output story by story, okay? And then entire project is divided into multiple sprints using these tasks and stories are built one after other, and then integration also parallelly takes place. That is about failing fast or failing early. What is continuous feedback? As I told you, so multiple teams will be involved, right? So development team will be there, requirement gathering team will be there to get the requirements, implementation team will be there, verification, all these teams will be in all these stories, okay? The good thing about that is continuous feedback will come to all the teams, right? So if there is something missing in implementation, then implementation team will go back and change that. If there is something missing in the design, then design team can go and change back. So multiple feedbacks will come from business side or various teams side, right? So continuous feedback. And then the third thing on which Agile works is plan. So plan is nothing but what will be the stories, how much time will need each of these stories, right? Then build means implement your stories. Validate means test your stories. And then adapt means whatever feedback or whatever change requests are there, those things can be accommodated. So as I told you, in waterfall model, it's a sequential kind of arrangement. In Agile method, it is a cyclic kind of arrangement where there is always continuous improvement based on feedbacks and involvement from multiple teams. Now we will see how Agile can be used in data science, what are the challenges and what are the benefits and what is the process. So what are the challenges? First of all, when we talk of Agile in data science, what are the main challenges, right? Very first challenge that comes to my mind is how do you define your stories? Now all of us know data science is nothing but a series of steps, right? Data gathering, data cleaning, EDA, feature engineering, model training, evaluation, deployment. That is a process where you will see some result towards end of the process, right? So how do you define the stories? That is the biggest challenge when we try to implement data science in Agile project. Okay, now let us see what are the different approaches or different things that we can do to implement Agile in data science. The first thing is iteration based approach. Let us try understanding what is this. Now I gave you an example of a PDF file getting generated by a button click. So how do you define story in traditional project is when I click that button, PDF file should get generated, that PDF file should be my insurance claim. Okay, in data science, how you can create your stories is by different iterations. Now first iteration can be your baseline model. Okay, baseline model means your very plain vanilla flavor of your model. Your model need not to do anything fancy, just the model is running with the data, it is giving the output. That becomes your story 1. In story 2, you can improve this model. In story 2, you can say that adding different data sources and then retraining the model. That becomes your story 2. Your story 3 can be adding feature engineering to the model. Your story 4 can be doing some bit of feature reduction in the model. So different stories can be different iterations of your model. I am saying model as an example. It can be EDA step as well. Okay. So whether it is a model or it is an EDA process or it is a data cleaning, if you try to create an iterative approach, then you can define your stories and you will obviously have the continuous feedbacks. That is step 1 or way 1. The other thing through which we can create stories in our data science project is how do you test your integration and deployment. So as a data scientist, our job does not limit to creating a model and giving it to someone. Okay, so we should be in the role where model takes the data from some source, consumes that data, deployed in the production, writes the output somewhere. That is what our model should do, right? So we should do various testings ideally. whether my model is pulling the data from the sources, whether my model is writing the data to the target. Are those things happening? So we need to do integration testing. Whether my model is deployable, it need not be your final model, it can be your baseline model as well. Whether that model is getting deployed the way team wants it to be deployed, right? That can be deployment testing. So these things can be your different story points. Okay. Next thing to keep in mind is how do you create more story points, right? So for example, there is some data in big data system. Okay. You want to consume that data for your model. So one story point can be creating the master data set from the existing data set. This story point can take like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or 4 weeks, right? The next story point can be, cleaning the junk values from the data. This story can take, let's say, couple of days for execution, right? So based on what your story is doing, you can decide, not only you, it's basically the entire team which decides how much of effort is needed for each story. But as a data scientist, our inputs will be required in creating these stories. So it is very important to know how to create these stories. Now these will be broken into multiple tasks as well, and this is how we go about Agile. So there is no traditional way of doing things in data science projects with Agile, but this is how our data science project can fit into the Agile environment. So I wanted to give you some idea about Agile in this video. I hope you understood that. Since many of you would be working in Agile project going forward, these understandings are important. In my next video, I'll cover about something known as DevOps, and I'll cover about CI/CD. These topics many of you have been requesting again. I'll see you all in the next video. If you have any doubts, write me in comment. Till then, stay safe and take care.